He chose her over me, said I was too predictable, but she got bored of him fast. Now he sends me songs we loved, I listen to none, because closure doesn't need music. It began with a message I wasn't supposed to see, a forwarded song, one we used to play when mornings felt like promises instead of warnings. He had sent it to her, the new one. This made me think of you. The same words he used to whisper into my hair when I was still the favorite secret in his life. I stared at the screen until the music link blurred. No tears, just silence expanding behind my ribs. Predictable, that's what he called me the night he left. Too structured, too careful, too sure. He said he wanted spontaneity. He found her in chaos and mistook it for depth. Now 6 months later, he was sending her the same songs we loved. And she was forwarding them to me. The betrayal wasn't in the cheating, it was in the recycling. The way he repackaged emotions like old gifts and handed them to someone else. I wasn't angry, I was curious. How quickly could a man exhaust his illusions? How soon would she learn that his passion was a borrowed script? Mine once, now hers. Curiosity is a dangerous comfort. It looks like detachment, but smells like vengeance. I didn't delete the messages. I saved them. Every forwarded lyric, every recycled line. An archive of repetition. A monument to predictability. His, not mine. She started calling me after the novelty wore off. Late-night apologies masked as conversations. He talks about you sometimes, she said once, her voice trembling like a confession. Says you were steady, that you never argued, that maybe he made a mistake. Maybe. I listened, quiet, let her talk, let her unravel. She wanted sympathy. I gave her silence. Silence always tells the truth better than words do. Weeks passed. His name slipped into my inbox again. A different song this time. Older, sadder. Do you ever miss what we had? He wrote beneath it. I didn't reply. Instead, I opened a folder I'd been keeping, one filled with screenshots, timestamps, and quiet notes from the months he'd been working late. The playlist I'd built of every song he'd ever recycled. A catalog of his emotional plagiarism. I named it For Her Eyes Online. Curiosity evolved into strategy. I called her, once, calmly, told her I wanted to meet, not to argue, not to fight, just to understand. She agreed. Guilt always sounds like cooperation. We met at a cafe he used to take both of us to. She arrived first, nervous, lighter than the woman he left me for. He had already started draining her. When I placed my phone on the table and hit play, the playlist began. Our songs, his songs, her songs now. She froze. Recognition dawned. Each track carried a timestamp. Each timestamp matched the days he'd told her he was healing from me. By the time the last song ended, her eyes had emptied. The shock wasn't from betrayal. It was from realizing she was only ever a sequel. I didn't gloat. I just said quietly, he told me I was predictable. But look at him. Then I left. Predictability, it seems, is underrated. It makes you patient, and patience breeds precision. A week later, he reached out again. Said he missed the peace I brought into his life. Said she'd become distant, moody, complicated. He wanted to meet, to talk things through. I agreed. He arrived with that same smile, half apology, half manipulation, the one that used to make me forgive before he even lied. But I was different now, predictable only in appearance. He sat across from me, eyes soft, rehearsed. You look good, he said. I've been thinking a lot lately, about us. I let him speak. He mistook my silence for nostalgia. When he finally paused, I slid my phone across the table. The playlist played again, the same songs. But this time, his face changed. What is this? He asked. I didn't answer. He scrolled, saw his own words attached to each track. Dates, messages, recipients. Proof that his affection was a loop with no origin. You kept these? He said. I nodded once. He laughed, nervous. "You're still obsessed." "No," I said softly. "I'm documenting." He blinked. "Documenting what?" "Patterns." He fell silent. Confusion first, then dread. Because he understood, eventually, that I hadn't come to reconcile. I'd come to show him himself. I leaned forward, voice low. "You said I was predictable. But the truth is, you are. You build the same story with different faces, the same lines, the same songs. You never loved any of us. You only loved the echo." He tried to smile, failed. "You're cruel," he whispered. "No," I said, "just observant." I stood, left him there with his unfinished drink, his playlist looping back to the start, the same melody, the same mistake. He still sends songs sometimes, old ones, new ones, little fragments of regret disguised as nostalgia. I don't listen, not out of spite, out of clarity. Music is for emotion. I have none left for him. Sometimes people ask if I forgave him. I say forgiveness implies care, and I've learned that indifference is cleaner. He chose her over me, said I was too predictable, but she got bored of him faster than I ever could have imagined. Now he wanders between our memories like a man locked out of his own home. And every time he sends a song, he's knocking on a door that doesn't exist anymore. I let the messages pile up, unread, unheard. Closure doesn't need music, it needs silence. And silence, I've learned, is the only tune he'll never be able to play.